Ding dong.
Hi.
Teresa, please.
Hello, Miss
Jody.
Hello, Miss Jody.
How are you doing?
Oh, just peachy.
What are you doing here?
Pick.
Ready to talk?
I got tons of sarcasm for you. Come on in.
Let's do it. Is this your office?
This is my closet. This is where they keep the kids under the cupboard and the bad kids.
And the dead people?
Well, no. Thankfully, not the dead people. Hold on. Let me move. Gee, guard. Can you move your 5,000-pound bag?
So, are they going to renew the tobacco tax?
It's not the tobacco tax that they are trying to renew. They're trying to go for a new tax, which is a vape tax, and they're trying to get it on a ballot initiative. And there was a bunch of other funding things that they were attempting to get, and I don't know, because they don't know. They're just trying. They're trying. They're just trying to find childcare right now, Miss Jody. And of course, politicians are super helpful and super cooperative, and if it meets their political agenda, they'll do it. If it doesn't, well, then it's kick rocks.
I know it all too well, Teresa. Okay. Did you want to talk in private, or are we okay talking?
Gerard. It's Gerard.
Okay.
He's fine, and he's probably going to ignore 98% of the conversation for respecting himself.
I want to share with you what's happening, because I don't think you know everything.
I don't, and to be honest with you, it's above my head and it's above my pay grade, and I just literally above my pay grade.
Well, after I share this with you, you're going to want to reconsider.
I've already told my attorneys by way of their humongous invoice.
How many attorneys do you even have?
Right, well, too many. Too many.
Like for different things, or just for this?
I get 99 problems, and this doesn't get to be one of them. And I've already told them that, look, this is literally too rich for my blood.
Right. The only problem with that, though, is you may not have a choice, and that's what I'm wanted to share some stuff with you to show you what's going on. So, are you open to having a conversation?
Sure.
Okay. This is half of the problems. We were solicited by First Things First, right? You got the message from First Things First about this project?
No, I found it through an email from Phoenix.
From First Things First?
No, because I'm on the distribution list for the City of Phoenix's RCF program. So I get emails from the City of Phoenix for their vendor, because I registered as a vendor a long time ago. So I got an email from them, not from First Things First.
But did you get First Things First? Because they send it out to. Are you star rated here?
Yes.
Okay, so First Things First sent out an email in January about this. That's how I heard about it. They solicited us. And there was only 3 local companies in Kindergarten.
Right, one of them was disqualified.
Right, because they didn't have any. They did not have any construction experience. They didn't have any experience like starting new centers, so they were disqualified from that. My contention, and I still don't understand what is going on. My son might call me, so I apologize. I have a PR firm that I have hired. I have the largest legal team in Phoenix handling this situation at $800 an hour. Not fun. Are you going to appeal your protest? Because I audited your protest answer.
I don't think I have money.
Okay. It's not fun spending the money on it, is it?
I just don't have the money.
Well, it's not fun. I mean, even if you had it, throwing it away on legal fees is.
I just don't have. I mean, that
sucks.
Okay. I just don't have it.
Well, here's what happened. I called Cadle. Cadle told me they were going to cancel this solicitation. because of the deadline of the COVID funds, which is federal funding. Is it okay if I
We can always turn that down or offer. I know it's just because of all the.
Because I'm about to think that I'm a big giant pound of meat hanging on a hook in here.
It's gonna get hot in here, and you're gonna understand why in a minute.
Okay.
But it's okay.
Okay, so I called Cadle because they had not given me my appeal rights yet. And I said, what's going on? Where's our appeal rights? I'm worried about that, this is going to get canceled. And he goes, no, I didn't say I was worried about it was going to get canceled. He said, the reason it's taking so much time is because they are considering canceling this. And this is after they told us they were going to rescore. Okay?
The second.
The second rescore, where you got a second chance.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I didn't really, but okay.
Well, but it's not because of you, it's because of what happened, which.
Did you read my protest?
I did, it was mine.
No, but did you read the denial of my protest?
Oh, yes.
Then I didn't really get a second chance. Just read it.
You never had a first chance.
Exactly.
And neither did I.
But again.
I have everything. I have it all. I even audited it for you, in case. All right. I called Cadle. When am I going to get my appeal? Why am I not getting my appeal? What is happening that something different is happening with this? The architect who worked on it with me, he goes, Jody, he goes, you have no chance. It's already in the bag. I go, what do you mean? Like how, that's, first things first solicited my participation. And I assume they solicited your participation because we all got the same email. I go, why would they do that and then already have KinderCare? Like, why have us spend all this damn money and all this effort? I got over 1,000 hours and $100,000 right now, Teresa. Okay, so talk about going broke. I said, why do they do that? It's what they do. It's all corrupt. It's all pre-arranged. Okay, so I'm like, it's impossible. They just had a pretty thing.
I believe you.
Okay. I said, hey, can I call KinderCare? And he said, there's nothing that prohibits you from calling KinderCare. I called KinderCare and I said, hey, if this thing gets canceled, can we make an offer or something to the city to speed it along the secondary time? She said they are too conservative. They don't do it. I said, okay, if you want to run it by somebody, we would have to present it to Cadle, City Phoenix, or whatever. I don't know what the truth is anymore. Cadle said in his little email that she called and said, I tried to buy her out. What am I going to buy her out for? What am I buying? Like, none of it made sense. So then I get this email from Cadle saying, hey, we got a call from Bright Beginnings and KinderCare. They both said that you called them. They both said that you called them, and we want to know what the call was about. And I said, well, so my attorney wrote back and said, what's going on? And why are you having conversations with people outside the scope? Like, and then they said, but in good interest, the call with KinderCare was done with permission, which he did not deny. He also didn't deny that.
He told me that you could talk to me. Cadle told me you could talk to me.
Right, but we said which conversation with Teresa because we've been talking since May. We are business associates. We have exchanged resources. What is going on? They would not answer my attorney's email. Then I get the disqualification notice. In that disqualification notice, he sent me a copy of a letter that went to his attorney, and it said, hey, I got a call from KinderCare and Teresa at Bright Beginnings, and they both said the exact same 5 bullet points. I am unprofessional. I badgered. I am this. Exact same bullet points. And I'm like, my lawyer goes, Teresa's in collusion with KinderCare. I go, she hates KinderCare. I go, I really don't think she's that type of person. She's a little bit more passive aggressive than me. He goes, you like to call it demure.
I'm just quiet.
No. I said it's a statistic and possibility that happened. Then I read the email that you sent and the email that KinderCare sent. Well, I talked with KinderCare for 15 minutes. We talked about a ton of stuff. And she boiled it down into one single sentence. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I called you and I'm like, what? Do you need me to get out of the way?
No. Just pull that.
Oh, okay. So then I called you and I felt absolutely horrifiedly betrayed. What is this? Okay.
Just put it in your bag.
Okay.
Put it in your bag.
Okay. But I have some things to tell you that you need to know. Okay. I called you, and your only response was, "This is not right. This is not." I mean, you must have said it 7 times, and you sounded a little horrified on the phone to me. And then you said, "I need to talk to my attorney," and then we never spoke again.
Because I did.
Huh?
Because I did talk to my attorney.
Right.
So I had to let the whole process
right.
finish.
That's what my attorney said, and you sounded a bit horrified on the phone when I called. Do you guys have any water?
Probably. Hold on. Yeah, we have. Hold on. Our kitchen is down. Hold on. I told you it was gonna get hot in here.
You're right.
Holly, can you get Jody some water? It's a cup. Oh yeah, you want to meet Jody? I don't think that's. Yeah, you've never met Jody. They want to meet you. But,
Is this? Hi, how are you?
This is Jody from the Small People. Would you mind getting her a cup of water from one of our? We have reverse osmosis filtered machines.
Even better.
Okay, give me a moment. I'll be right back.
I may even have that if that's on public record.
No,
Okay.
not yet. I don't.
Do you know who the original judge was?
No, I don't know any. Jody, again,
Teresa, let me tell you.
Too much
Okay.
for me. Too much.
It may be, but you're in it. You made your bed, you're in it. And I have a PR firm, and they are leaking this to the DOJ.
Oh, good Lord.
So I am letting you know that there is prevalent procurement fraud that's happening.
Good Lord.
And I have clean hands, so I'm not afraid to take this
That's
as far.
fine. No.
Okay? But Teresa, you're in it. Your name's all over the document, so you're in it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have anything. I didn't do
I know.
anything wrong.
I know. But that's not what the documents show. So anyway, one of the just for interest, one of the judges was the head of Health and Human Services with Head Start.
Oh goodness.
Okay, here's what else you should know. They offered KinderCare they just gave, Head Start just gave KinderCare another $3 million for open spaces, and they did that had been going on while we were dealing with it. So that's against the law. That's a conflict of interest.
Goodness gracious, girl.
Okay?
Remind me never to cross you.
Well, I thought you did.
No.
Okay, so when we got the information about this, we filed a protest. I don't know if you've read it or even saw it.
Probably, but again.
But, okay, this is just not your thing. This is kind of my thing, but I get it.
I'm like, phew.
Okay.
I know that song.
Oh my God, thank you. I don't know why my
Ice
nose is.
cold water.
I told you it gets hot in here because we got I got 99 problems, girl. And
It's
this doesn't get
Trizepatide.
to- Huh?
It's Trizepatide.
Oh.
Are you on that?
No, I got 99 problems and this doesn't get to be one of them.
Which one? The hot?
No, all of this.
Okay.
Like all of this. I mean, I'll raise my right hand, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. I promise you.
Okay, well, Teresa, if you do that, Did your attorney tell you to not do a declaration and to testify? Like, what are you being advised to do at this point? Or do you care?
It's not that I care. Or that I don't care. I just, the way it was worded, and you had caught me on a day that I literally had gotten back from San Diego. I had had surgery. It was my first day back of work, and I had a bunch of meetings, and the declaration was not correctly worded.
I know, and it cost me $10,000, but that's okay.
But that was my response to them, and I can't keep going. I can't keep paying them $750, $900 to keep going back and forth.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So I just, I can't, and I sent them an email saying, stop.
And Teresa, listen, I know. He referred you to the highest, most prestigious law firm that exists, which made it now ineligible for me. But that's what they referred to you.
I can sign a conflict of waiver.
Well, I can't leave Josh at this point, and
Josh is good though.
He's doing good. He's a good man.
He's good. But I wouldn't have a problem signing it. Because it was out, Jody. I don't want to go through attorney emails. I don't have the $9,000 gazillion dollars. I don't. I got slapped with the bill and I was like, holy fuck, I can't do this.
I get it.
I cannot do this. I have other issues that I have to deal with. I don't want any part of it. I don't want, I get where you're coming from. I understand that you're passionate. I get it.
It's not that I'm passionate. I have been wronged. This was a farce. And if they convinced you to say things about me.
No, they didn't convince me to say anything. That's just it.
Well, can you just tell me what happened? Because I am on my third process right now. This is how it works, Teresa. You file a protest, then you file an appeal. Now I'm in a special action with Superior Court. We have an actual Superior Court judge assigned to this case right now. I also have a notice of claim with the City of Phoenix because they defamed me using your name. That's defamation. They said that you said all those things about me. That I badgered you and that I harassed you.
That's terrible.
Okay, well, they said all those things. Now, you may not have known they said it, but they said it from you. So now the public record is showing that I badgered you and I was unprofessional. All of these things that I read off to you when I called you and asked you if you had said those things. So if you want to be subpoenaed, you're going to have to go through this whole day of testimony. Whereas if you do a declaration, it's just done and over with.
I understand that, but I have to sign it under penalty of perjury.
Well, is it perjury or is it the truth?
But that's just it. The way that it was written, it was the way it was written it was just the way it was written. It was like I recalled verbatim something, and I can't remember how it was written. It was just something was in there, and I was like, I would just much rather answer questions than I would. This is 100% my recollection of a conversation from 8 months ago. I'm like, but I have no problem appearing in court.
Right, but that's going to take an entire day or 2 days, and you're going to be cross-examined by the city too. Now, if you want to avoid that and then not pay to have counsel, because you might want to have counsel with you, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you just go without counsel. The easiest thing for you to do is to have just a conversation under oath, and then we can print out the transcript, and then you sign that, and then you're done. And you don't have to go in and spend an entire day in front of the city attorneys and my attorneys and your attorneys and all that kind of stuff.
I don't know. Like I said, this is beyond my depth.
It is, but it's not beyond mine. This is my life, Teresa.
I understand.
And you got to remember this because you were complacent in this, and I don't mean complacent like, I don't mean it in like that sense, but because this wasn't like, what's the word you call it? Because it wasn't reported.
Reported what?
Whatever Cato did, which I'm just going based on what my attorney said.
I know, but this is, and I've explained this to everybody involved, this isn't something, I just responded to an RCF.
Right.
To the best of my
So did I.
ability. And Then it became this, holy, what in the world?
Because of my stupid little phone call.
No, I don't think it had anything, Jody, I don't think it had anything to do with your phone call.
Had I not made that phone call, Teresa, this corruption would not have come to the surface.
Oh, I don't know about that. But I can't speak to that, Jody.
I can speak to it because look what I've been doing, Teresa. I have audited every single word of every single thing on the public record. This is only one of them. I couldn't carry both of them in here to show you.
I believe you.
Okay? I am not going to be taken. I get that this is not your scope of things that you find
It's not my
interesting.
area of expertise.
Yes.
It's not that I don't find it interesting. I just, again, it's kind of like a grant to me.
Kind of like a what?
A grant. You know, like I went into, like, we apply for grants all the time as an organization, whether it's $500 or whether it's $500,000. And I went into it with the best of intentions, trying to just, okay, I applied for it. It didn't become complicated until I was asked to resubmit something that I didn't understand why I needed to
Because it was
resubmit
fake.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't know that at the time.
I get that. You shouldn't have known that because you didn't do this.
Right.
But we found out.
So
KinderCare lied about all their lawsuits. They lied about all the deaths. They lied about everything on their affidavit. And when you put up your protest, the next day they put up a banner stating it's coming, KinderCare's coming. They did not take your protest seriously, and when I did my protest, they took me out of the scoring. So they already knew ahead of time I was going to lose my protest, lose my appeal, and now we're at the special action.
Well, hold on. Then you should know it.
This is the answer, isn't it? What is it? This is the answer.
No, this is KinderCare's one.
Why haven't I seen this?
because it's not for you to see.
Why do you have it?
Because it's for me to see.
But this is public record.
It just came today.
Okay. Well, the DOJ is going to have fun with them.
Hold on, I need to show you something.
And they purposely evaluated you lower than the consensus.
Mm.
Yes, honey.
Look, the day of your protest.
Oh, that's cool.
No, this is not cool. What's that? You're pointing at Matthew Hale's LinkedIn? Why? I can't read that. what does that mean to you?
If there were ever potential witnesses, I would call Jody and Melissa.
If there was ever what?
Potential witnesses.
Happy to share what's happening at City of Phoenix with our child for programs. Who's Chris Karzak? That doesn't really say much though. What does it say in your opinion?
You just have to go back. Just go do your homework.
Okay. Well, hang on. Can you keep that on there? Can I take a picture?
There was.
Now, why are you investigating this stuff if it doesn't matter to you?
It didn't matter to me. I just don't go to the ones people.
Oh, look. Here's his name again. Is this him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to this public hearing and they said the next public hearing they were going to announce and they said they're starting construction. I'm like, how are you able to start construction when you don't have one of us? Because you don't have our design. This was the public hearing. This I went to. This was my email. No, this was not the email. Look at Head Start just awarded a procurement to KinderCare already. They were already working together. Okay, and then they were the judge of us. Okay. I mean, I could go on and on about this stuff. I could go on, and this is what I was trying to give you before for your attorney.
Good.
I know, I have that.
This article?
Yeah, that woman is a investigative reporter with NBC. And look who's mentioned in it.
I know.
None of this is, Teresa, this is not going to change
I know.
unless, okay, I single-handedly changed the policy with Maricopa County Environmental when I changed it. Me and my architect did it. Now, my architect does procurement for ASU. He goes, Jody, I know how it's going. He goes, they've had me do false stuff. You know how you have a page limit? He goes,
Did you read my protest response?
to who?
No, did you read their response to my protest?
I audited it. I have it right here.
Did you really read it?
Teresa, do you know how many hours?
It reads like we're gonna do what we want.
How do you think mine read? It's how it is. I audited it for you in case you wanted to
We have
do
the
it.
sole discretion to do what we want.
I know.
Like 16 times
I know.
it says we can do what we want.
I
Sole
know.
discretion, sole discretion, sole discretion,
I
sole
know.
discretion, sole discretion.
Well,
What the fuck did you put this thing out for, asshole?
okay, well, if we want to just let that life be like that and we just want to roll over in our grave, it's too.
Again,
I'm not asking you to do anything but tell the truth.
I'm going to.
Okay, look, but I
I
need to
told
know
you
what the
how to
truth
get it.
is. I need to know what it is because we're about to fight and I'm about to dump more money and I need to know. Look, I audited this for you. This took me 10 minutes. If you want to do anything, if you want to write your own protest, Jeremy could write your protest for you and it would buy us another 4 weeks. I'm leaving this for you just in case.
Again, Jody, I'm out of money.
Okay? That wouldn't cost you anything.
Like, I'm literally out of money.
Teresa, that would not cost you anything. If you were frauded, you could do a notice of claim as well.
Again, you say this like I have the money to do this. I don't. Like, I have nothing left to give to this.
Teresa,
I told you.
I am not expecting you to fork over money.
I know that, but I have no problem, and I told them, like I told Josh, I just had to sit down, shut up, and let them render their pretend decision.
Okay. I'm not letting this down. I met with Sal DeCiccio. Do you know who that is? No. Sal DeCiccio I used to lobby for the City of Phoenix Council. Sal DeCiccio was a councilman. He stopped being a councilman 24 months ago. I asked him for advice. I met with a friend of mine who was on the Scottsdale City Council. Talked to him about it too. everybody's like, you have to do the notice of claim. Anyway, this also has a fraud hotline in it. Look at that. Right on the RCS. This thing is going to break, Teresa, and we can either, you know, work together and expose the truth. I can do the labor. I can fork over the money, but we need to know what's going on. I have more. This is only one of the binders. The other binder is just as big. The whole binder was audited. They cannot say that design is not material when it was a third of the points and a quarter of our submission.
Good job, Ben. G. Gerard.
You hear us?
Nope.
Yes, honey.
Hi. I've got Kaiser's shot record.
Oh, wonderful. Hold on, let me get.
Tyson shot record. Thank you so much, sweetie.
Are you too hot? Do you want me to turn this on?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay. This is the app. They sent in the wrong affidavit. We didn't realize this until 2 weeks ago. They sent the wrong one, which was not complete. This should have rendered them out of the game. They sent the wrong one. They lied. And we're like, wait a minute, but you added it. Well, they made up this whole story. And then they said that mine was wrong. Mine was not wrong. They kept calling me a joint venture. I'm not a joint venture. I'm a corporation. It's marked on every fucking piece of my paperwork, but they kept saying I was a joint venture. I'm like, well, if I'm a joint venture, then you guys are a joint venture because you guys went public in July. You have about 20 different entities that are all commingled. You're owned by a $1 billion international private equity firm. Okay? And you and me, local businesswomen, look what happened. You want to lay down for that?
Again, it's not about wanting to lay down. It's about $56,000 that, you know.
Why are you spending $56,000?
No, that was the bill I got.
For who?
Then.
From who? From Snell?
Mm-hmm.
$56,000. For what?
That protest.
One protest.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my protest. It was just copied. Did you read the bill?
Of course I did.
What was $56,000?
Research, all kinds of,
But it was my protest.
Jody, I understand. It's a little late.
See you later.
Okay.
So, then,
Take money out of the picture, Teresa.
okay.
Do you want to write this or not?
To write what?
RIGHT, not WRITE.
Oh, so I'm like, what? I was like, write what? I can write like WRIG or WRITE, sorry. I was like, RIG? Okay, sorry. Like, what?
I'm not taking it. This is my life. I'm not going down with a $100,000 bill. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I'm going to, like I said, the PR firm is ready to leak this to the investigative reporter that we have that's going to do a story on this. They can't. I'm telling you, Teresa, I am not stopping. But I need to know what's going on because I don't know what's going on. I mean, my attorney told me everything that you said, but then I read everything that you said, but I don't know what's going on.
The email says a lot of nothing.
What email?
The email that they had that I sent him says a lot of nothing.
Whose email?
The one that I sent to Cato. The recap of the conversation said a lot of nothing.
Well, when we read it, we're like, what is going on here? This is the exact opposite of what Cato said that you said. I'm like, what is going on? I go, any reasonable person would look at these two renditions of the facts and like they would be like, what's going on? But nope, not them.
Again.
Cato needs to be fired and so does Michael Hughes.
There's just, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not stopping and I'm just letting you know that, I mean, you are a part of this process, unfortunately, and unfortunately, I'm not going to stop.
I don't expect you to, honey.
But I need to know what happened because I was fucking devastated. You know, I got on the phone with my attorney. We were doing a Zoom call right after we got this email about you. It took me 10 minutes to stop being in hysterics because I could not believe that another woman would do that to me. Especially when we had lunch the next day.
I know, but I didn't, and that's the thing, and that's what I tried to, but I had to just ride the process out.
My attorney said that was probably what he would have advised too.
It's what every attorney would have advised. It's what every attorney advised.
Right.
Because it doesn't give, if I would
But
have, But
You needed to stay in the process so you had some kind of.
no, so you did.
What do you mean?
Because now you have two. One person saying, is one person saying. Two people, now you have two examples.
But if you were wrong too, Teresa, don't you want your compensation? You spent a year of your fucking life on this.
You're not wrong, but again, I just had to wait the process out.
Right, but now the process is out and you're out.
Exactly. Yes. And but that was, Jody, that was always going to be the result. I knew that.
But with me out and KinderCare, the DOG is going to call them too. And KinderCare out, you're the only one left.
No. Read my letter again.
Sorry,
You're
they're
good.
leaving.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's all working. I don't know if you want to know right now or later.
It's okay.
It was just a thermostat. Yeah. So it's working. It's cool and everything.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your help.
Guys,
Guys,
have a good day.
Thank
I
you.
have to close the doors.
For what?
I don't know.
Well, he wants to close the doors, but we're
You guys
kicking
wanna
up
keep
doors.
the old one?
What are you building back there?
Thank you.
What are you building, Teresa?
We're not building. We're literally. I had a pipe
I'm gonna
burst.
go back to the class.
Yeah, and you're good, hon.
Yeah, okay.
Christian, have you met Jody?
I have. I saw her one
Okay,
day.
sorry. This is Christian. He's my executive assistant.
Hi, how are
Hey,
you?
Good, how are you?
So read my letter because I never really had a chance.
Which
Because
letter are you talking about?
I read this one again because I never.
Do I have that one?
You have it? Yeah. This is one you gave me.
That's
But-
that's the protest answer that I
Yes.
audited for you.
Because, again, I never met the minimum scoring requirement either time.
On purpose.
But again, honey, you're missing the point. Either time, I never met the minimum scoring criteria. He knew that when I spoke to him.
Who did?
Cato. That one, I only ever had one conversation.
In your whole life?
whole life.
One conversation. And that was when you
Did all the wrecking ball.
but what instigated that conversation?
The affidavit.
So you're just like, "Hey, why are we doing this again?"
Again.
Okay, and then what
And
happened?
What was the point of it? What was the point?
So you called him or he called you?
I can't even remember. That's the problem, and that's why I wouldn't sign the declaration.
Well, the phone records can show that.
So, and that's why I said, one conversation did all of this. So, yes, honey.
Do you have a pair of scissors I can borrow?
Scissors.
Yeah.
Are you gonna run with him again?
Maybe.
I don't know if we should take that under advisement.
I'm just gonna cut these up.
No, you're good.
Christine's birthday is right. Her birthday's next week, so
Oh,
yeah.
she's
I'll
already.
bring them right back.
You can't. You're fine.
Okay.
Just don't run with him.
If you could do an appeal for free, would you do it?
Sure, why not?
Okay, Jeremy did all of my. Matter of fact, the only one that I kind of won was the one that Jeremy did.
I mean, if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna
If
ask
it
him.
buys you time and that's what you need, knock yourself out.
Well, it only buys me time if there's something that I can prove. Can you just tell me what happened?
In regard to, I can't, Jody, that's just that the details are fuzzy and that's the problem.
Make them unfuzzy.
I can't. That would be lying.
Teresa, no one is asking you to lie.
And I won't. And so I'm gonna have to go back into my email. I'm gonna have to, because I'm gonna have to reread the conversation, or I'm gonna have to reread it. I'm gonna have to go into my stuff. I have to find I'm gonna have to look at my phone records, whether it was business. I'm gonna have to go to that date because either I made an outbound call or he made an inbound call.
Did I call you to tell you that the city was thinking about canceling it? Did I make that phone call to you?
I think so.
Okay. And I was just doing that as a professional courtesy because I was like, holy crap.
And I remember you and I don't remember if it was before or after. I remember telling you, I don't understand the whole premise of the second affidavit, and I wasn't even sure that I was going to sign it.
It was made up.
But I remember telling you, I don't even know if I was going to sign it and send it back in.
And I encouraged you to stay in the game because why not, right? Why not? It's for, you've already done all the hard work. And if KinderCare disqualifies, you are the only one left.
But it's just, I understand that you're passionate about this and that you need to see this through. I'm just as convicted for things that I'm passionate about.
I get it.
I do, and I really do, and I would love to see you kick their booty. And if I can, in some way, and I even told them,
Who's them?
my attorneys, if there was some way that I can ethically help you, I will. Because I don't have a problem with it. The whole reason I went ahead and just kind of knowing that I had no chance. I knew after I spoke to Cato, I had no chance.
Why do you think that? What did he say that made you feel that way?
I don't know that there was anything specific that sticks out in the conversation several months later is the problem. I just knew. After the general consensus of the conversation, I just knew. I just knew. I knew it.
And what did your attorneys say to you about that?
There's not really, that was why I had contacted them for the protest.
The attorneys before the protest?
No, that's why I had contacted them about the protest, it was my...
Like, why did you call my attorney? Because my attorney, here's what happened. You called my attorney, and my... Okay.
Hello? What's up? I'm in a meeting right this second, but can you hold on before you run out of town? Or you gotta... Are you packing up dogs or what are you doing? Well, give me like 5 minutes, please. I'm gonna wrap this up. Give me like 5 minutes.
10.
Okay? Okay. Mike. So, it was just a consensus. So I had actually reached out to your attorney and asked, I think, for a referral.
And my attorney at the time said that you alluded to something that was going on. That's what he said. He goes, I got a call from Teresa, and she implied something interesting. She implied that Cato did do something to screw with this process. And I said, okay. And I said, he goes, do you give me permission to refer her? I said, yes. Get her a good attorney to do the protest. Do whatever you need to do to get her to do the protest.
So, and because it just, even after, because it was only one conversation, it just didn't sit well with me. And I knew after I had gotten off the phone with him that I just knew.
So then why did you write that letter?
Which letter?
The letter that you signed to the city.
It was just an email and it said nothing.
I know, but what was the point of writing it?
Because that's what he asked.
So he asked you to write a letter.
He asked me to summarize the conversation I just had with him. He asked
With him? The conversation with him or the conversation with me?
the conversation with him.
Because the way he wrote it is that was a rendition of the conversation with me. That's what the letter says. How you spoke to me. That letter is all about what you said with
He
me.
asked for a summary of the conversation that I had with him. Like I said, let me go back and read my email, because that's the first, that, now you
We
understand.
read it 1,000 times.
My email.
What do you mean your email?
My email.
You had a letter. It was a formal letter that you signed.
I didn't know.
What does that mean you did not? I saw it. They sent it to me. I have it right here. They wrote a letter. You signed it. And it was weird. It was a weird letter.
It's like nothing.
You signed nothing? You signed nothing. Your signature is on that letter.
Show me. I sent an email, Drew.
Huh?
I sent an email.
Okay, well, maybe it was an email. Let me make sure. really having to leave in 5 minutes? Is there any
I
way we
have
can just?
No, I have somebody who's in and out of town and they have to leave. So, and it's not fair to them.
You mean at your house or here?
No, they're leaving. They're literally coming out of town. Like they literally are leaving my house and headed.
So
out
they're
of
your
town.
guests. Is what you're
Yeah.
saying? Okay. Is there any way we can meet up after that and just finish this conversation so I can know which direction to go? Because I need to know what's going on. Let me find that letter, but it was signed by you. Maybe it wasn't signed by you. Maybe it
was
hasn't.
an
Did you
email.
see the letter?
It was an email.
It looked like a formal letter. It's going to take me. It might even be in the other binder.
I don't put that kind of effort into anything unless I'm pissed. And you have to really piss me off. Really piss me off.
But that letter didn't sound like you were pissed.
I wasn't.
I think it's in my other binder.
It was a synopsis. Let me go back to my email.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. Why is there nothing in it? Oh, there it is. I don't know why Michael Hughes is getting involved in all this. Well, here's one thing that they said. Ms. Christensen stated that I exhibited unethical and unprofessional behavior and I badgered you. And then it also said that I asked you to be in partnership and you said no.
I didn't say any of that.
It said I expressed concerness about the fairness. Well, I've never been shy about that. Here it says, I felt it was important to reach out to you, meaning about me. I do not want to be involved in anything that could adversely affect my organization. I do not want to unknowingly and participate. This is all about me. So he's saying that you are being correlated with with me because of lack of ethics. I felt necessary to bring this to your attention, meaning my unprofessional behavior.
That's a lot of inference, Jordy.
Yes, but it's all relative with the way he's
I
writing.
understand,
Okay.
but that's a whole lot of inference.
Yes, but he's saying it as it's true.
Okay, but you have the person who allegedly hello.
I don't know. I didn't know you. I thought you betrayed me. I thought you were crazy. I thought you were insane.
Thanks.
Well, who would... What he said that you said and what your letter, the two didn't match. And I'm like, this isn't... Somebody's insane here. Like, if I wrote these things about you, you would think I was insane.
I would be hurt, but I wouldn't think you were
No,
insane.
it didn't make sense because they're telling me that you're saying that I'm unethical and I'm all these things. And then you write a letter which doesn't mention once about me. Here it is. Okay, here it is. This is an email. Okay. Okay, you're right. It wasn't signed. It was you email signed it. Right here.
It's just an email. And there's just a synopsis of the conversation I had with Katie.
But it says here you received a call. But you're saying it's about me.
Mm-hmm. But read it. Please point out where I say
It says, given the nature of her call, I felt it was important to reach out to you.
And where does it say unethical? I'll wait.
No,
I know.
that's what we thought was so weird.
Okay. Where does it say anything negative? I'll wait.
No, it never did.
Okay.
But remember, I didn't see this until after. He only showed me the other stuff. He only showed me the letter to his attorney, which said what you said, which was I was unethical. So he said that you said it to his attorney. And then we get this letter, and we're like, what is going on? The letter contradicts what he's saying.
Trust me, I've read that 16 times. I know what I wrote.
Yeah, and we were all almost laughing about it. We're like, we're not even, she literally doesn't say anything.
I didn't say shit.
You did not say shit. but we didn't know that until. Okay, listen. I understand that you're under a gun with your friend right now. Can we please finish this conversation?
Absolutely, honey.
Can we make an appointment?
Absolutely.
Okay, when is good for you?
Let me see.
And do you want to meet in here again, or do you want to meet a coffee, or what?
Let's meet out of my box.
Out of your box?
Out of my box. Out of my box. Out of my box. I do not have anything. Bright Beginnings Day of Mountain Park. Let me see. They're going. I don't have anything tomorrow or even Friday. So you're fine.
When is it?
Tomorrow, Friday is fine.